Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to the run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. Hope your Thursday is going off to the great start. You know, Thursday, the best thing about it is that it's the next closest thing to Friday, and Thursday is the new weekend. Plus, we also have Thursday Night Football tonight. So, yeah, it's basically the weekend, you know? We're still waiting for the next video across 3,000 likes. We're very, very close with a couple of videos from this week and this past weekend as well. So definitely go check them out if you've not already. And here's your meme of the day. Simply put, from Jelp867, or 876, I should say. Title thread was, "Is this heaven?" Oh my gosh. I don't know what version of Isaac this is. It looks like it might be the Switch version. I'm not too sure. But there's the seed if you want to see it down below. 7 Lima, Sierra, Echo, Kilo, Quebec, Tango, Juliet. And yeah, that might just be heaven. Now, my only guess is that that probably happened by way of maybe a really lucky couple of Crooked Pennies or Diplopia. I'm sure that Jelp can put them down below in the comments, or just go check it out on the subreddit, /r/Invicta. DJ is going to be Lima 61 Alpha Victor 2 Romeo Echo. Oh my gosh, this tears rate is something. We're starting off with Crackjacks as well as the D in Fizzle. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways we could play this. With the D Infinity, we get basically every single dice in the game, and the first one that we use, well, basically the energy cost adheres to whichever dice that we do. However, it starts off as the D1, which is going to default to a double charge. Now, what we could potentially do here is we could go to the D8, but we don't have a whole lot of stats to really go through, so yeah, I'm not too sure if losing stats is going to be the best thing for us. Remember, the D8 is forever after we get rid of the D1, not D100, but the D Infizzle. But you never know. The only dice that the D Infinity does not have is spin down dice. I thought that would be pretty cool. Oh, it's also Curse Divine. That's just super duper awesome. Really great. So great. We need the D12 here so we can get rid of the spikes or the, yeah. I mean, we technically got rid of them, so Anima Sola. Oh, man. Ooh, boy. Okay. This is a tough one here because Anima Sola obviously is just so good. We just showed how good it was the other day. And I don't know, man. The D Infinity is so strong too. We have to ask ourselves what helps us more now. And the answer to that is the D Infinity. As much as I love Anima Sola, I don't think it's the right choice here. Despite us having like a golden opportunity to really, really destroy the early game. Didn't think that was gonna hit. Yeah, this is not phenomenal stats here. Okay, so we have 2 coins. And this is not the this is really not the first floor that we would want with a 2.11 tears rate. As you can see here, we're just getting hounded after every single corner. So yeah, I'm not feeling very comfortable about this. What we could do is we could D12 something else and look for possibly some kind of big time plays, but I'm worried about, the thing is that I'm just worried about, you son of a, I'm worried about the D8 screwing us, and I'm really, if we get any worse tears rate than this, we are in lots of trouble. Pretty cheesed that not only did they combo a farting pushback attack, but also the fact that random demon fire just decided that's when it was going to shoot. So we go down to 1 soul heart, but again, that's to be expected when you're talking about a run that starts off with not great anything here. Just barely were able to get old Dookie. I don't know, man. I'm not sure if the D8 is the right choice. There is another alternative that we could do here, and it's one that's a little bit more drastic, but we could use the D100, which would give us a reroll and also a full D8 roll. I think what we're going to do is we're going to use D-Sizzle now, and we get Zodiac, which is Again, not phenomenal. All right. Well, we have our work cut out for us here, but we do at least have the freedom of reroll, and that is something that we may be, as in character reroll. We got Leo, by the way. That might be something that we just have to do. Isaac, thank you. So if we get enough trash items here, we can potentially re-roll without us having to really worry about sacrificing anything huge. It's like we don't care about Crackjack, Zodiac, or stem cells. Even though the shot speed is nice, we need something way more than this. Going over to last week's question of the episode, which of course was the Shock the World episode, where we had the amazing combo of Toxic Shock and Sharp Straw. And it also had the great Eren Yeager artwork that I suggested to Alex. I basically just showed him the Attack Titan, and I was like, hey, do this, but with Eden. And then also make sure there's Sharp Straw on the thumbnail. He was like, C. And I was like, C. And then we high-fived each other again. We have Taurus here, which is going to give us, it gives us a little form of invincibility, but is it really worth it? Not the movement speed down, because if you didn't know, our movement speed currently is 0.61, or sorry, 0.62. Oh wait, that was a Mimic Chest. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway, game. Getting Eternal Heart for our troubles here. Ooh boy. So, of course, the last time that we ended up using... I don't think this is going to hit. Yep. The last time that we ended up using the D Infinity, we used the D6, and that's the reason why it jumped up to a 6 charge instead of a 2 charge, like we saw it, just because, it's, again, it absorbs the... It inherits the energy cost of whatever the last dice that you use. So, in this case, the D6 being a default of did you see the length of the travel that thing did? We're just going to wait for Taurus. It's going to be a while because obviously our move speed is doo-doo, but yeah, this is not a room that I even feel like messing with here. We got most of the spiders. And obviously, this is a huge room that we could get a large amount of profit from if we end up using the D12 from the D Infinity. But this is our future right here. Look at this fight right here against this singular mulligan. And just know that this is what we have in store for us. We don't get any significant tears ups or damage ups or tear effects soon. And I mean... it is imperative that we get it. Yeah, see, Lodestone is load garbage. I'm only taking it because I know I'm going to D4 at this point. We have to. D4 or D100, but it's got to happen. It is nice that we have Taurus here from Zodiac. Zodiac, by the way, is going to give us a random astrological sign. So I'm going to go for something drastic here. I'm going to use the D12 in this room just to see what we can get. Okay. So we have buttons on spike rocks and everything. We have a unicorn. We got unicorn poop as well as a barrel next to a tinted rock. Now the D12 can also spawn multiple tinted rocks in the same room. And we got a golden chest, which gave us 2 cents and a key. All right. At least our key wasn't wasted. Now, we wouldn't necessarily want to destroy everything in here. If we do decide to come back with a full charge, we could re-roll stuff. The holy poop up there. By poop, okay. Now we want to destroy all the poops. including the holy poop. Okay, okay. So again, the D6 or the D12, I should say, kind of showing off why it is just so good. I cannot believe that I didn't hit the blue fire. Okay, so we get a stone chest, but oh no, there's one barrel up there. And these are just the things that you just kind of have to do when you're facing a really, really horrible start stat-wise. And the D12 is definitely the king of just pulling at those seams and trying to make something happen. Again, we're motivated to take out the rest of the poop in this room. If for anything, I mean, nothing other than just getting a little bit of extra money we can use. We still have not found the shop yet, so we should be seeing that on the way to the boss. But obviously, it should be pretty clear by now that we are not making boss rush. I mean, taking 10 minutes on floor 2 is yeah, not gonna be breaking any speed records. So anyway, going over to last week's question of the episode here, what did you think of the combo? Which of course was the Sharp Straw as well as the Toxic Shock combo that we had, which of course was very, very strong. Lots of people said that they have never even seen or thought about that combo, which is cool. That was like showing off new stuff in Isaac. The most upvoted comment came in from Mello, who said, honestly, those two items are made for each other. Like nuking the room at the start is incredible, and the boss damage isn't bad. It's not too shabby either. If you hadn't gotten any sort of decent damage up, if you had gotten any sort of decent damage upgrades, it would have been even better. Thank you, Brain. My God. Yeah, I mean, if again, it's one of those times where just the cards just were not there. It's like drawing. It's like getting a bad. It's like having high expectations for like, you know, an expensive Pokemon card set, and then you just simply just not getting what you were expecting or wanting. Kind of how it's like whenever you need damage upgrades and you don't get them. Kind of like right now where we need like every upgrade and we haven't gotten anything yet. Yeah, so I think the next plan is going to be using the D100, and we're just going to have to deal with it. Let's see what we have here in the shop. This movement speed is not good. EFF and the blue map, so we can take both of these pretty easily. There is a full charge in here too, so we can at least get another D100 reroll just in case if we don't get what we want. So it's basically Ocular Rift except worse because it doesn't deal any damage. By it, I mean Lodestone. Very odd spot for the secret room, I have to say. One thing we cannot do is we cannot take a secret room item. So we're going to... I'm just going to let it rip now. We get the coupon, which... Okay, so we got a lot of tiers. Capricorn. Okay, okay. Let's do for now. We have tiers and we have damage, which is a lot. That's a lot more than what I could say that we had like seconds ago. I'm going to use the D6 inside of the secret room, and we get the eternal D6. Great. The second most upvoted comment came in from Mutex Viper 2116, who said, Sharp Straw is a big-time player. Its impact is always noticeable and fun. Pair it with Toxic Shock, and you now have a run capable of rumbling the game to victory. Of course, being a play on words there for the rumbling from Attack on Titan. Yeah. So, yeah, that was a really, really strong reroll there. We also have an Eternal Heart. I don't know where that came from, but I'll take it. Oh, man. That is a lot of hearts. We would have 1, 2. I'm counting 1 as in the one that we have in the bone heart. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11 taps. But we give up the Eternal Heart. So actually the Eternal Heart will count as 1 tap as well. So that would actually be 12. So we can go to completion on the sack room, but we're going to lose the Eternal Heart. So is this worth it? I don't know. It's going to be a while. We're going to be here until at least 15 minutes, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Thursday activities, everybody. Because, yeah, this is going to take a while. Will it be worth it, though? That's the question. Last but not least, the third most upvoted comment from last week's episode came in from Joken, who said, "It's nice in a normal non-struggle bus run. It's fast. It'll fast track you to boss rush in no time with ease." And yeah, I mean, being able to just clear out the entire rooms without even like thinking about it is super powerful. Where's that heart? There it is. Now it is imperative that we don't lose this bone heart, because it's the only thing. It's the only thing that is keeping us from being able to. This is the only thing that is allowing us to do this. If we didn't have the bone heart here, we would be SOL. Get no chest there, unfortunately. But now our tears rate is very, very good because of the fact that we have. We just picked up divorce papers, and now, thanks to Capricorn, we've also raised the tears cap. So we've got a good, solid foundation now. It's certainly a lot better, but. And oh man, this is going to be this is a mission right here. If we get one more bomb, we can get that soul heart. Of course, we wouldn't take it right now, but good. So yeah, we're just gonna be doing this for quite the while. But hey, it's Thursday afternoon. You know, the weather's kind of the weather's not been that great, but I enjoy the rain. The rain is something that is very, very relaxing to me. A 33% chance for an Angel Deal item, which is going to undoubtedly be redemption. Even though we haven't taken any Devil Deal yet. And again, this is just something that we just kind of have to do. I hate to keep harping on the fact, but you know, this is just a necessity for whenever we have runs like this where it's just not coming together in the early stages. However, again, we have a little bit of forgiveness thanks to us having the D Infinity. We do get a soul heart there instead of our 33% chance for an Angel Deal item. I think based off of the stats that we just gained here from the D100, we cannot re-roll this. We just simply cannot. Scorpio is still very good. We also, of course, have the blanket, which is going to give us a soul heart. Well, it wouldn't give us. It would have if we picked it up out of the shop. But it grants us the Holy Mantle whenever we're fighting a boss. So we have to get out of there, and then we have 2 more taps, and then that is going to be it. And hopefully we get some soul hearts. We haven't gotten basically anything out of this whole endeavor here. Remember, we sacrificed an Eternal Heart for this, and we're sitting at 17 minutes on floor 2. Oh boy. Look, I don't mind if you fast forward through this part, all right? I really don't. No skin off my back. I don't blame you. A little bit of a suspense. You know, we're doing a little suspensefulness. Not really sure what this is going to end up, but right now we're not looking so struggle busty anymore, but we're just, you know, we're kind of suffering on time a little bit. And I think my assessment that we are not going to make boss rush is probably pretty accurate, considering we only have 2.5 minutes to get there. And we are on floor 2. Look at that. We get ourselves the soul hearts, baby. All right, so it did end up being worth it for us. We gained a phenomenal amount of HP. We didn't really gain a whole lot of money or any items or anything, but again, it was worth the payoff. Even for 30 cents, if we end up getting that one, it would have still been worth the payoff. Obviously, we needed to get some value out of it because we lost that Eternal Heart. But at the end of the day, I'd say it was definitely worth it for us. And, it took us a while to get there, but hey, that's the things that are worth doing they always do. All right. Down we go. Go ahead and use the world card. We don't have any bombs, so we can't get into the secret room yet. But one thing we do have is a lot of HP, and we can just recycle what we just got done doing, except doing it on another floor here and just giving us more opportunities. Thank you, ladder. So the ladder loves to get you stuck on the loves to get you stuck on stuff that you don't want to be stuck on. And at this point, I think it is absolutely worth it for us to just simply go after the sack rooms. Get ourselves a fool card, so we will be able to get out of the mob trap room. We decided to go do it, which I think there's no reason why we should not do it. Do a little bit more damage than I thought with Scorpio. We got 7 cents here, and then we've lost a couple of soul hearts, which I'm not too happy about, as it does kind of eat into our taps on the sack room here. Got a little angel deal chance. Random chest. No teleport. And we get Vade Retro. That's just great. All right, so we used up all of our HP again, and this time we're going to turn it to 30 cents. Would definitely preferred to have the soul hearts, but what can you do? The Vade Retro, it turned into. It's not going to stay as an angel deal item. It's just going to be a secret room item, or not secret room, but a global item. Once we re-roll it, but it's an item that we could get some value out of. We will still have enough clearance here to get ourselves another full charge on the D100 or on the D6. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some money in now, just because. And we're almost back to almost $6.50, $7. Really working on trying to get that angel deal luck up. Wow, yeah, we went past 650. I think we're at 670 something. Now we could fight Uriel to get a second item pedestal here, and I think I'm going to try that. It would be devastating to lose the Bone Heart, though, so we don't want to lose it. And this just gives us another item reroll, a pedestal to go with. Our range is terrible. And okay, we get 120 volt, which is 120 volts okay by me. The only problem now is that we were facing an empty red heart or an empty bone heart, which we potentially could lose here, and I definitely want to go find a heart to fill it. Luckily, there's one right here. Death card. Okay, maybe we won't have a full charge. I'm expecting there to be just rooms of nothing. The 120 volt is basically going to give us a short range execute. It's kind of an execute. It's a big DPS increase if you're able to use the 120 volt effectively. However, it's not something that you should rely upon. It is a somewhat finicky item. Quarter, so we just get all that money back that we just spent. We definitely want to have a full charge before we go into the boss room, or at least we have one charge away from being a full charge. So that way we can still reroll anything that the boss drops or anything that the devil/angel room drops, should we be lucky to get one. But you know, despite everything and how long it's taken us to get here, we're looking very good. We're looking very, very strong. The struggle bus run, but for different reasons. So we are going to have the full charge ready to go on the D6. And it's going to be Pestilence again. All right. Obviously, we're going to re-roll the cube of meat because we just don't have any use at all for orbitals. Hold that thought as we get the Urn of Souls. You see the little lightning bolt there connecting myself and Uriel together. It deals a good amount of damage to anything that's dumb enough to get close to Isaac. I'm going to re-roll this with the D6 and we get... okay. Well. Look who shows up. Sacred Hizzle. That's a double full charge there. But wow, Sacred Heart with this damage and tears rate is great. Now, one thing that isn't great is our tears rate, because obviously Sacred Heart destroys our shot speed, and we already had like just doo-doo horrible levels of range. So you combine that with really bad shot speed, and we have an effective range of like 1 right now. But it is Sacred Heart, and we're going to be able to do massive amounts of damage. We have homing. We got nothing to worry about now. Theoretically, anyway. We've already missed boss rush. I'm dealing with this. We found the boss room. This is just a big old circle, isn't it? That's random soul heart there from the petrified poop payout, which I definitely dig. And let's go see who we can see here in the boss fight. We can actually get this eternal heart. All right, it's gonna be Peep. Excuse me. Okay, so that right there is a great example of why you don't rely on Trinity Shield. Some people are like, what are you talking about? You can tank shots all you want with Trinity Shield. No, you can't. Very well. Treatment. Yep. Okay, so we're not dead in the water here. We still have not gone to the item room yet, but I want to re-roll the boss room item first because it obviously has the greatest opportunity for us to get some kind of meaningful upgrades here. I don't know why I went around that way. Yeah. Gonna give us shot speed, much needed shot speed here. And that effectively increases our range a little bit. But obviously the big news is going to be Sacred Heart plus Scorpio plus this tears rate. And that just puts you in a good mood, you know? It's like I keep telling people on stream whenever they break Pokemon on Twitch, by the way. You know, some people get Shining Legends, which is my favorite modern set, and you know, it's like it's one of those times you just can't help yourself but just smile, because you know if you're buying Shining Legends, you know you're in for a great time. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and nuke most of these Bone Hearts here, as we do not care about anything other than raising our Tears cap. And our Tears cap is already super raised. So every time that we expend a Bone Heart, it's going to give us a permanent Tears up, thanks to Brittle Bones. And our Tears rate is now sitting at, I did not actually mean to open that, at 9.12, and that is phenomenal. And it basically goes for any other bone heart that we destroy for the rest of this run. So it's just a permanent fixture of this run. If we destroy any Bone Hearts, we get ourselves a permanent Tears up, and that is without limit. So it's a very, very, very strong Tears cap breaker. Oh, yeah, we need this easier. Go back to the shop real quick. It's probably going to be a greed fight. We just had one on, I believe, the last floor. Oh, it's Keeper's freaking sack. Oh, my goodness gracious. Keeper's sack. Now we are cooking. Wheel of Fortune. So obviously the operative question is, when are we going to use all of our Bone Hearts? And the answer is, I'm not sure. We want to basically just get rid of them. Not because we don't want them, but just because, like, you know, we want the Tears up. I mean, Bone Hearts, especially unfilled Bone Hearts, they can only keep you safe for so long, whereas getting a permanent Tears up, getting our Tears rate over to 10, yeah, that's forever right there. Unicorn Stump. And, yep. Yeah, we kind of have to. Okay, Guppy's Paw. Doesn't mean we have to use it, of course, but just touching it will give us a credit for the 1 of 3 on Guppy items. Now, we could also potentially re-roll that into another Guppy item, but I think we're still going to wait, see what we get from the boss. Random soul item. We also get Spectral Tears. Now, Ouija Board's going to give us Spectral Tears as well as a Tears upgrade, which is pretty huge. Can be fallen, so we'll at least have a Devil Deal item to re-roll through. And look at that damage. Gamma Conception, eh. Nail, eh. Not the greatest. I feel like our item room items and our boss items have just been, they've been so lacking lately. We don't need Guppy's Paw. We'll save it for the next floor. Let's just get the Soul Heart. I didn't really want to get the Soul Heart. I mean, I guess we could technically tap this Temperance Machine. Pretty much have to, because I mean, we need the movement speed. All right, so everything's looking up for us here. Where's the unknown? I was putting off recording today's Isaac episode, not for like the most like selfish reason possible. It's not selfish. I'm stubborn. Yeah, so I've been playing Warcraft Rumble. I know that not a lot of people like the game just because it's mobile, and you're just not allowed to like mobile games, I guess. I mean, also Blizzard too, so you know, people still feel kind of icky about Blizzard. And like I totally get it. Like I 100% get it. I like the game. I think it's pretty fun. It's basically like Clash Royale with a Warhammer or Warcraft skin. And you know, lots of WoW influence there as well. Obviously, it's it's their darling franchise at this point. That was made very clear by the BlizzCon that we just had 2 weeks ago. I'll tell you one franchise that's not feeling the love. That's poor old StarCraft. You thought I was gonna say Heroes of the Storm, didn't you? Didn't you? It's true, I covered Heroes of the Storm for many a year, but I don't think time moves on, you know? It's hard to believe that I did a solo queue every single day. It was absolutely, it was soul crushing. It really was. Like, imagine solo queuing in Heroes of the Storm every single day for years. It was rough. It was rough out here, Sarge. Ironically, I still like Heroes of the Storm more than League. I know that might seem crazy, but it is true. I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I like League, don't get me wrong, but like the somewhat casual nature of Heroes of the Storm is what kind of gives its appeal for me. So all the comeback mechanics, etc., etc. We could go in the curse room. That's a lot of damage that we're dealing here with Sacred Heart and 10 tears per second. I take the Polaroid and oh baby, the Duality, Eternal Heart as well. The Golden Key makes us it allows us to take the Eternal Chest up to completion, which we did. You can re-roll this for some good deals. Blood of the Martyr is fine. Not a huge fan of Guardian Angel. But yeah, I was playing Warcraft Rumble, and I finally unlocked dungeons, which takes a little while to do. And it was not what I was expecting. Like, I don't know honestly what I was expecting for dungeons, but I didn't think that it would be like just 3 of the same map. Okay, let's stop getting hit. 3 of the same, not map, but like same type of challenges that we'd already seen previously. And they were like legit hard. I mean, like my units might be a little underleveled. So those of you who don't know, if you don't know what Warcraft Rumble is, essentially what it is, it's like Clash Royale meets a Warcraft skin with a little bit of Hearthstone in there. You get much like Clash Royale, your energy, or in this case gold, goes up a little bit at a time, and once you have enough gold, you can spend it on placing units down on the field. It is a real-time strategy game like Clash, so it's not turn-based at all. And the PvP is pretty fun. PvE is very challenging at some points. It is sometimes kind of cheap in a way, but I think that's just their design. Of course, I say design, but like, who really knows what Blizzard's doing these days? Yeah, I don't really want to open all of these. But we do have to touch them. The problem is that we cannot do so without using the keys. I guess I'll touch all of them. Then I think I'm just going to re-roll in here because there are so many books. We can wipe out the library tree in just a couple of re-rolls, and then what that does is that will give us the opportunity. Probably shouldn't have taken the Book of Virtues, but oh well. So if we re-roll through all the library pool, it will then switch over to the global item pool. Which means that theoretically, anyway, you can take a library and turn them into regular items based on how fast you've gone through the item pool for the library. Wow, Skull-X spawned right there and came out immediately. Yeah, we take Roid Rage, get the range upgrade here. We are going to get another full charge here, courtesy of us beating Gabriel. Uriel, I should say. And we're going to re-roll, and we get Scapular. I had to. I wasn't expecting to get an Angel deal. That's the reason why I ended up using it. So let's go ahead and try to get a full charge here on our re-roll for the D Infinity. Look at the damage that we just have. Just it doesn't matter what our shot speed is now. We are just smoking everything. I'd like to get a re-roll. Just one more. First card. All right, there we go. We're going to go back into the library now and re-roll it, like I said. And I don't remember how many books we've seen or touched in this run. I know we have Bookworm already, obviously, but I guess we can go look. The information mod should show us. Doesn't show us. Yeah, so we're going to use Book of the Dead. I'm going to use all of this here just because we have the Wisps right now. The secrets, there we go. All right, so we gained a bunch of Wisps there, courtesy of the Book of Virtues. So if we can maintain this, that should be a pretty healthy amount of damage we're able to do. I mean, we're already dealing like a lot of damage, a lot. No complaints on the damage front, but I'd like to get a little bit more shot speed. And again, I think we've done an adequate job at working with what we got. Right now we have the Cubones fighting our arch nemesis Blastocysts. We're looking solid here. We could do, if we really wanted to, we could go for a D12, but I mean, we've got so much HP right now. Like, there's no reason to. I think holding on for the D6 and just hoping that we get something amazing inside. Like, we've already gotten something amazing inside of our Angel deals, but, you know, it gets old after a while. We'll go check out this vault over here. And, yep. Could D20 or yeah, we could D20 all of that, but I'm just not going to. Because we have this big room over here to the far east, I'm just going to assume that's where our boss room is going to be. Not going to go in the curse room here. It's unfortunate that we haven't gotten all of our bone hearts ripped through yet. Still feels like the right way to go. Some more Blastocyst. And going back to not last week's question, but earlier this week, we were talking about, I guess it was technically last week, I think. We were just talking about at length, you know, what would the Mosh Pit think about the user-created content, you know, me providing commentary over someone else's recording. And a lot of people got a little corn fuzzled there. Because some were like, you know, I can't take part in this. This is not fun, not fair, or whatever. And to them, I say, there's the blind. To them, I say it's a little that was a little bit. It's a misunderstanding. What I was talking about was doing a live stream, a weekly live stream. It does not replace, it doesn't take place of the daily videos here for Isaac. The only thing that is going to take place eventually when we get there is, of course, going to be me taking a little bit of time off, like a week at max, to just not say anything and allow other people to kind of shine here on their own runs. Most of them are like, friends of mine already, so, and most of them are YouTubers, so like they get it. Like, no crazy talk, no cursing, no swearing, no nothing, and they all kind of get it. But yeah, it's not going to take the place of daily content here. It's just simply going to be an extra thing, extra live stream of like an hour or two of me just sitting there, watching someone else's run. Take your tears up. Pyromaniac, brother. One card's just I mean, we could have saved it for like a full heal, but I'm glad I see it now, because I would have not gone that way. I would have gone straight over to the west. There we go. This run really came together at the end. It took us a while to get to where we are. Like, anyone who saw this is like, oh man, they had sacred mysterious liquid and stuff. Like, no, just Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart is making the big time plays. Of course, us surviving early on was also pretty important. But we're going to get the dub here on Blue Baby, and I think that it was well deserved. So thank you for watching, everybody. For your comment of the question of the episode here, what is your take on, ready for this? Get ready for it. On the Trinity Shield. Because a lot of people, again, there was a lot of discourse surrounding this item, and people saying like, oh yeah, you can stand in front of stuff, but you really can't. Like, if it's, the hitbox is so wonky on it, like you can get hit from the side and it will sometimes block it, and other times it won't. So post them in the comment down below. Top 3 get read on next week's episode. Have a great start to your Thursday mosh pit, and as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like Luke, Brittany Conyers, and Daniel Lynch. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.